Welcome to Rojan Bonsai Studio. Today we're not only going to be doing some autumn care tips, but we're also going to be working on two trees. We've got a Chinese Juniper and a Norway Spruce.
So autumn is here and the garden is going through many seasonal changes. And there's lots of work to be done, just the same as all throughout the year. And we're going to start work on this Norway Spruce, which you may have seen me work on in the past. And we do need to be bringing a few of these branches down, like this one here, and it's just deciding what is what. And it also needs to have a lean, which will make more sense when the tree is done, but to do that we need to apply a guy wire to bring it down. Now we are going to start working on the first branch first, just to bring it down and around, which is something I see very naturally done by much larger spruce trees. They often have a branch going straight down that fans outwards as if it's fighting against the elements. Now when we are cutting back, we want to be mindful of where the little buds are. Now you may not be able to see him here clearly, but they are very easy to spot, and down here would be ideal where it would be if there was a bud, but there isn't one, so we're going to cut it at the top here, and it's very much the same all over these little branches. Now it's just working out how far these are going to go down, but it's obvious that more wire will be needed. And maybe some gym pliers to help bring them down, but even with the double wrap or 3mm wire, it just wasn't holding, so some more guy wire was needed. And a hard cut back on that branch, and so on. And it is slowly starting to come to shape. The apex is always the issue. If you get the apex sorted, the rest of the tree should just follow in. And if you hold the top down to where you want it, you should be able to work out what's needed in the branch below. And don't forget them branches which are growing in the crotch, they will always need to come out. And I want to bring this closer in, so we're going to use a guy wire, but before we get that on, what I do want to do is get some finer wire on these smaller branches just to start building that pad. There we go, that's more like it, and it's looking very flat at the moment, but after a little bit of tweaking and another season or two's growth, that should fill out absolutely beautiful. Now just to remove some buds that we don't want at the top. We're almost there. All that crotch growth has got to go. A little bit more wire.
So that's about all we can do at this time of the year. In a couple of years, that will be going into a nice pot. I think a nice rectangular pot that's nice and shallow for this to lean over, and it should look absolutely lovely. This will begin to fill out next year, and again that'll be overgrown and will need cutting back and shaping. But every time we do this process, it allows us to work on the tree even more, to improvement and more refinement. But yeah, I'm happy with it so far. We managed to start building this apex, which I did cut back quite hard on it. Norway spruces, they like to bud back profusely at the top area, because that's where they send a lot of their energy.
Now the next tree is one you've more than likely seen me work on in the past, and it's a tree that caused a fair bit of upset, but mostly from people that didn't understand the process of what I was trying to achieve. It's the Chinese Juniper stricta. It was a tree donated from the neighbour, as he was previously going to throw it out until I set my eyes on it. So today we are just going to be cutting back, just nice and slowly, until we can find some kind of shape. And like the previous tree, we are going to be starting on the first branch. Sorry Mr. Ladybird, if I flinged you, it was an accident. And obviously some hard cutting back in areas is going to be needed, and we're just testing the tension here to see if we can bring this branch down. It's definitely stronger than the other tree, but we're going to work our way to that eventually. And a little bit of the height shortened, it should make it easier to work with. And here we're just going to take the middle of these ones away. Doing this will allow us to push ones closer to the trunk line inwards to start building a pad. And I know I keep bouncing from the bottom to the top, but it really is just cutting and comparing. And here's some special tape here, a Temu special that costs around 73p if I remember correctly. Just to protect the bark with all this heavy wiring that we're going to do around this section to help us bend these two branches. And they are proving very strong. And I don't think the wire I have got is good enough this time around. So I think a guy wire just to help bring this down. At the moment it does look like a tap, but in time when we take off all the wire and the wrap, it should look more natural. In the meantime, it's doing its job, and it's allowing us to start forming this pad at the side here. And it's the same process at the top, but we won't need the wrapping for this. They are thinner branches, and it's just bringing stuff down and seeing what's working. And there's a lot of fiddly bits. The amount of times I stab myself in the finger with these needles is, I've lost count. Let's just say that, shall we? And it is all starting to come together already, and we've only just started. But I do want to get some wire on this lower branch just to form this pad. Sometimes if you bounce them up and down like I do, if you work the bottom, it can lead to what needs to be at the top, and vice versa. Sometimes you just need to stand back and look at the whole composition. And now we are going to get it in an overly large pot. I don't want to disturb the roots, as we've worked very heavy on the top at the time, and we're going to be using a very free draining soil. Now I managed to take it out and didn't have to cut away any of the root ball, and we're going to be adding some zero nitrogen feed to help root recovery in case of any disturbance.
So this is a very rough styling to get it started. Again, I like how this shari here comes up all the way to the top. I haven't treated it with any lime sulphur at the moment because I would like to weather it for a season, and then next year what we'll do some gentle carving to bring out these lines and take out all the rough bits, and then we can start treating it with the lime sulphur. It's not perfect yet. I do want this to start coming around here. I may even shorten this here after a season or two just to build it more compact. But I like these. One of these may go. I may bend this one further this way. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's going to take a season for me to look at it and then decide it. Sometimes it's just how it is. But yeah, I'm liking that as it is right now. It should do absolutely fine. In autumn, these trees really start pushing for roots.
Now with autumn being here and the temperature's cooling and it's starting to rain more frequently, you may find yourself watering a little less and less often. And here you can see this tree needs watering even though it chucked it down yesterday. The soil is drying out, so we're just going to top up with some water. And as temperatures drop, you may want to start thinking about your tropicals.
So yeah, if you've got any tropicals like the ficus or the corkbark jade tree, they can usually handle down to around 7 degrees Celsius. But if you look anywhere online, that will say get them in sheltered from 10 degrees Celsius, but they can usually handle around 7. And also autumn's a great time to be taking cuttings, especially on willow trees and other trees that root very easily. This is the one I started last year. It's coming on very well. It started off with a little twig like this one here, and this year I managed to give it a little bit of a cutback and a bit of a wiring to start getting that shape to it. And here's one I started a couple of weeks ago. Now it does look a bit dreary, like it's on its last legs, but it will do absolutely fine. Just cut them off. You can stick a bit of wire on them before they've even rooted, just to give them a bit of shape. And all you need to do is to have them sitting in water. They will all root eventually. It may even be early spring when they start rooting, but you want to keep this nice and secure. I've secured it by using gravel at the top with loads of bonsai medium for it to grow into. And the reason why I do it this way is so it's being soaked. They root really easy in water, but it's also got that medium there to root into, so when it's easier to transplant it that way, because when you root them from water and try to transition them to soil, it can be a bit give or take.
And if you do have any pine trees, you may want to remove the needles from the soil, as this can harbour diseases, particularly fungal pathogens, which can spread to the tree for the next growing season. And I'm not just plucking off any needle here. As you can see, I'm just removing all the ones. There should be no force. Now you may even have some trees that are not looking so glorious this autumn, like this little Japanese maple here. That'll do absolutely fine. It just couldn't handle all the wind that we recently got.
And if you want to do repotting in autumn, you can do this very easily. A lot of the trees where they may be starting to slow down at the top, down at the bottom something magical is happening and they are beginning to push roots. And that's why it's really good to start doing your repots in autumn. It's almost as good as spring. But what I like to do to get them all started for the autumn season is a 0 nitrogen feed. So my preferred one, I also do this in spring with repots, and they also add it in with every repot I do, especially off season. It's Soil Source by Green Dream. It's absolutely amazing stuff, and it's been proven to work many a times for me. So we've had a great growing season this year at Rosian Bonsai Studio, but it's also been a slow one for me. Those of you who knows me know the obvious reasons, but I thoroughly enjoy making these videos for you, and there will be another one coming fairly soon, but not too soon. You know how it is, ready when they're ready. See you in the next one.